Thanks. I'm here live. Thanks for tuning in here today on JWTV. We're about to talk about the larger and longer scale plan of what's happening. As Australia pretty much already shows you, they've deployed helicopters and soldiers to order people to go home, telling them that they would find them if they didn't go home. Well, in America, we pretty much we already seen what's going to be coming next. And I'll even give you documentation of some of the even larger plans coming up as well. But it's not just drones and helicopters and the worldwide Rex 84 plan. Remember, we used to talk about how Rex 84 would be worldwide? Well, now we're basically in that system. And so we want to get into the situation here and then highlight what else is happening and what are they calling for. And also, it's been some really large movements going on. Did y'all notice these movements that pretty much has been happening? I'm going to show you some of it if you haven't been noticing it. Tennessee National Guard hosting a large-scale emergency exercise. It's called Vigilant Guard 2021, a statewide training exercise with National Guardsmen alongside federal, state, and local first responders. What's going on, everybody? How y'all making it? How's everything going? With what I'm about to tell you, I want to know what you think. But are you giving up in this battle? I hope to hear that you're not giving up in this battle. Are you pushing forward in this battle? That's what I want to know, because as you're interacting live, your power, the ability of you is very important in what you do every single day. Let's get back into this exercise. August 3rd through 6th, more than 200 personnel from Nashville Fire Department, Rutherford County, Hazmat, and Tennessee National Guard will simulate a train derailment with the release of hazardous materials at the CSX Radnor Rail Yard. That's what's going to be happening from August 3 to 6. 5th to 8, nearly 300 National Guardsmen personnel from multiple states in Memphis Fire Department will respond to a simulated building collapse at Memphis Fire Department Training Academy. And then you got Chattanooga, I think that's how you say it. August 7th, the Tennessee Army and Air National Guard removed the Chattanooga National Guard Armory from electrical utility grid. So they will remove them from the electrical utility grid and establish electrical power with a 100 kilowatt generator. Because they said in these drills they're going to be preparing for outages and derailments and releasing of hazardous material. It's sounds like a wartime environment to me. Doesn't it sound like that to you? We not only have that happening all this week, you got the biggest U.S. Navy war games in 40 years, reportedly. World War III style preparation war zones, biggest U.S. Navy war game in 40 years to prepare for World War III across 17 time zones, armed tensions with Russia, China, and Iran. Thousands of Marines and sailors are taking part in the U.S. Navy's longest war game in 40 years as Washington prepares for future World War armed rising tensions with Russia and China. So think about it. You see them flying helicopters and drones saying, get inside, Australians. Get your butt inside now. Where you going to be fine? That's just basically locking you down under the Marshall Plan. And then think about it. While they're doing that, at the same time, they're telling you to get everything and you to take this, you to take that. And they're getting us ready for the larger scale event, basically. Biggest U.S. Navy war games in 40 years. And goes in to say, the war drills are designed to slow the U.S. readiness for potential global conflict. Forces will participate in the Atlantic, Pacific Oceans, and global exercises are designed to show the U.S. readiness. So what do y'all think? Y'all think that the military and all of them just getting ready just to do it? Or do you think this ties into the lockdown, the worldwide agenda, deploying troops in Australia, and then locking them down with the National Guard or military, saying like, oh, well, it's just going to be for 2 weeks. Wait, whoa, never mind. I mean, it's actually more than 2 weeks now because they said, oh, we got to extend it. So as soon as you let them go under it, then you got to extend it, and that's when it's game over. So again, it doesn't look like, oh yeah, and here's what they're calling for next in the United States. If you're you know what, you could be banned from eating out in these cities. So maybe everybody needs to figure out where it's people at. Like, I mean, it's people who sell food and probably don't worry about this stuff. But again, in the future, you're going to have to be in places where they're not telling you what and how to live your life. It says New York isn't the only one. Restaurants in other areas are requiring proof of the you know what. It says as the Delta you know what continues to spread across the U.S., many restaurants have decided they are no longer willing to take the gamble with you know what diners. The you know what diners, a slew of bars and restaurants in major cities and suburban areas alike have decided to ban you know what people from eating in their restaurants establishment in an effort to keep their employees and patrons safe. Oh yeah, and all those dollars gonna come out your pocket from the people that so-called you know what it, not you know what it anyway. But here's the thing, this is the plan. They've done it around the world. You know it was coming to America, and so now it's already pretty much here. August 3rd, New York obviously became a part of that plan. And I was just telling y'all yesterday, they were saying they invoke police powers in Denver, telling you that you got to take it. So this is where we're at right now. And I'll even go deeper into where it all goes. Because you want to be a lockdown tyranny slave, you want to be a slave of the system, or you want to be free. I mean, if you're a slave of the system, you got to look at it like this. What is the benefit? What type of freedom do you get? Okay, so again, moving further past that, we already talked about it. Again, I was telling y'all, this is just crazy to me that they said this, and I'm going to go into the next piece of information. Pretty much, I told you yesterday, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock on Monday announced 10,000 plus employees. The city will invoke its police powers to force private sectors workers in high-risk environments to receive the you know what, the first major city to do so. So again, they said they was gonna have the police have to take it too. So what police powers are they invoking if the police got to take it too? Is it the, behind the scenes thug troops? Here's Boston Mayor Kim Janey and what she had to say about the what passport. And pretty much the article has been put out by ABC, whatever. And so we're going to play a little bit of this clip because the Denver mayor doesn't look at it like this. They said he was cracking his whip, Imagine that a black dude, kind of like Samuel L. Jackson on Django, the house nigga, but pretty much. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm cracking my whip, pow. Yeah, you going to get in line. You going to get in line with the rest of them and I'm going to crack that whip. And then here you go. Right now, we'll play this clip and pretty much let you see what she said about the whole situation. I'm gonna go to the documents right after this. All right. See if we get this to load up. Looks like it's not loading right now. All right, so we're gonna try to refresh this, and then we're gonna show you what she pretty much said. And then I'm gonna go into the documents of the final plan. If we all lay down, I'll show you the final plan of everything. If we all lay down and enjoy tyranny. All right, let's see if we get volume up on this one.
Vaccine access, opportunity, information to residents all throughout Boston, certainly our workforce. We want to make sure that we are giving every opportunity for folks to get vaccinated. When it comes to what businesses may choose to do, we know that those types of things are difficult to enforce when it comes to vaccine. There's a long history in this country of people needing to show their papers, whether we're talking about this from the standpoint of, as a way to during slavery, post-slavery, as recent as, what an immigrant population has to go through here. We heard Trump with the birth certificate nonsense. Here, we want to make sure that we are not doing anything that would further create a barrier for residents of Boston or disproportionately impact BIPOC communities. Instead, we want to lean in heavy with partnering with community organizations.
On that note, but the Denver mayor, he want to crack his whip, and then Yahoo News is like, oh yeah, he's cracking his whip. And then I see other articles saying, don't punish the people who took the get the ones who didn't. I see USA Today articles saying that, and it's like, oh, so you calling for them to crack down on this? And so basically, you see this whole reality and how people just really don't stand together in these moments. And so that's why the separation of society was important, because when it came down to people actually standing for freedom, it's only a fine line between those two. I want to go to this John Hopkins document. Some of you probably may have already heard this one. A lot of you probably haven't. And so pretty much in the future, they say they want to lock you down with robots, and then they want to have you pretty much, medical response with a specific. Let's go into it. All right, so pretty much going into this one, I'm gonna scroll in, and as you go into it, these are their words from their documents. They want surveillance tool ubiquitous sequencing would allow for near real-time characterization, pathogen biology, including determination of virulence, transmissibility, sensitivity, resistance to medicines, or to be, they're going to have drone networks to basically air-based autonomous conducting environmental surveillance will be the only way to help fill gaps in monitoring of environmental biological disruption. And so they say later, robots and everything is going to be what they're going to have to deploy upon people, because that's the plan. After everything is done with, that's the plan. It says synthetic biology manufacturing. Synthetic biology provides the opportunity for novel approaches, both finding and producing therapeutics, as well as the capability of producing therapeutics. And then you go down, here it is, robotics and telehealth, if right over there in the corner. Robotics and telehealth are two broad categories of healthcare technologies that may be relevant during the medical response. Successful use of these technologies during such an event would facilitate med care in non-traditional environments like the home. And then they go up here and it says the microarray patches. The patch, is an emerging, administration technology that has the potential to modernize and conduct mass via, the widespread adoption of MAP technology will significantly decrease the population's time to complete immunization operations by enabling self-administering during the emergencies. And then they go into self-amplifying mRNA and everything else, telling you just everything they want to pretty much do. So when we look at this and then talk about synthetic biology and all these other crazy things that you're looking at, and drone networks to pretty much surveil and say, oh, you have it's on their front porch. Oh my God, go and get them. That's the reality they want to create. But with the powerful spirit you have, do you really see that reality becoming for you? Do you really see that reality being what you just believe and just let flourish? Do you believe that that's coming? Or will you then give more energy into the fact that we have way more duties in our life and all this freedom that we were given, and under the guise of the situations that we're under, this is where they want to take it? And so I can sit here and put out all these videos, hundreds of videos. It's super important about documents, about what's coming, about everything. And it can fall on deaf ears, or nobody even gives a dang for the most part. Or we go back to our normal lives and pretend that nothing's happening. That's not going to save us. What's going to change the situation is you changing every single day how you interact in your independent life. And they'll take your food away. They'll take the stores away. They won't let you go there. They'll tell you that the FDA did approve brain chips, which they did, and then they'll move further with that, telling you that you have to get it or you can't compete in society as well. And what happens when that comes? I mean, really, at the end of the day, all of society at large will do most of what is being told. But if it's just a portion of us that's a little different and choose different, that free will could change multiple lines of generations. And that's what they fear. That's truly what they fear. And so it's not like we have forever to be in this reality and experience together. But we dang sure got a moral decency and a moral respect that we should actually look forward to helping the future generations. I mean, how the heck did we wake up? Because the next generation would wake up in tyranny, wake up not free. And would you be happy with yourself for that? I'm looking at me, I'm talking to myself at the same time as I'm talking to you. Okay, no, I wouldn't be happy with that. And that's not what I look forward to. That's not what I submerge myself in. I submerge myself in freedom, upbringing others, and actually helping out. And so all I'm saying is that every time I talk to y'all every single day is just more critical, more important, and more intelligence inside of the system of the mind and the spiritual aspect. God, all of us connecting. We have to take the message and we have to use our energy for the most important things daily. Everything you watch, everything you're looking at now just becomes more critical. And I get it, it's a lot of bad energy out there. I'm not trying to be a part of the bad energy. And so that's why I have to get us back into talking about the most biggest upcoming situations, but at the same time, our spiritual upbringing. This is the biggest war that we face. And I thank you all for tuning in. Please get this report out, share it far and wide, and let people know what's coming and what's already here. Thanks for tuning in to this report.